My name is Park Sung-young, a lecturer with English language education in Korea High School. Yeah, you are Kim Soo-kyung?
Yes,
Good afternoon. Thank you for applying for our school. Yeah.
It's my pleasure. It's my honor.
Really? I'll ask you about three kinds of customs. And first is personal customs, and second is the kind of your education, about your education, and third kind of custom is kind of situation customs. Yeah. It will be 10 minutes, maybe. I'll start. Yeah. Who's the next one? Feel free to answer.
Thank you.
Yeah. First, why did you decide to apply this position?
I want to be an English teacher, and I've heard that your school is famous for English education.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I've heard that your school provides educational curriculum, which is very good. So I want to learn from that. And also I've heard that there are many excellent teachers. So I want to learn from them too. And on top of that, I've heard that you provide a stipend for re-education for teachers.
Yeah.
I want to be a better teacher, not just a teacher, so that's why I applied for your school.
Oh, very good. Yeah. What's your strengths and weaknesses?
One of my strengths is that basically I am a warm-hearted person. I like people, and I like working with people, and I like helping people. And as a teacher, I think it can be a good advantage.
Yeah.
And I always put myself in others' shoes before I judge them. So by doing that, I can understand people more and more.
Very good.
And yes, and the second strong point is that I have a passion for English subject. As a teacher, I have a passion, and I like watching movies in English, and I like reading books in English. I enjoy the whole thing, so I can deliver my passion for the subject to my students.
Very good.
Yes, and the third thing is I'm a diligent and hardworking student. For example, during last 2 years, I can show one example. It took me 2 hours for me to come to school, but I would always be there on time. And although I was an older student, I got good grades. So I think it proved that I'm a diligent and hardworking student. And the last thing is I have a positive view. About life, so I always try to look on the bright side. And about my weak point, I sometimes forget things to do, so I bring a small notebook, I mean not laptop, a small personal organizer, and I check and I recorded the schedule. And so it can be one of my best friends. And the other weak point is that I think sometimes good points can be weak points, because I consider about people much, so it took time for me to decide something. So I set the deadline for myself, and I try to follow the schedule by the deadline.
We have very good ability to make weaknesses into a strong point. According to your application form, you have experience that member of the photography club when you're attending the university. Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
Yes, I had 2 exhibitions, photography exhibition at the time, and I went to the mines in Tibet, and I took the photographs of miners there. And it was a great time because before that experience, I can say I was a frog in the small well, but that experience broadened my view for the society and the world. With the miners, we drank soju, which is very strong, and I can't remember the name of the soju, but you can drink it only in Gangwon-do area. and they gave us a good advice for life. It was so meaningful experience for me.
Do you still take photos?
Not much, because I am very busy for preparing.
Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah. Then what's your motto in education? What do you think is the most important when you teach students?
I think I can divide it in two ways, in subject matter and in the student's life matter. First, I think the education should be carried in an interesting way. So I think interesting class is very important for the students. So I want to make my class interestingly by using visual aid or playing games and other things. I want to manage my class to that way. And the second, in life, some people, one of my friends said that teaching is touching students' life, and I agree with them motto. So I want to interact with the students, and I want to be a good role model to them.
Excellent. And you have also experienced that teaching the children at the private English institute, Wonderland. And how do you think that the difference between teaching children and teaching high school students?
First, I want to point out something. Some people think that the teacher should make visual aid and supported materials to the young kids.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with them. I think that providing visual aid and supporting materials is important to teenagers too. I think they are so effective. But one of the difference is that in teenager group, I think the peer group is more effective and powerful in teenager group. So I think as a teacher, I have to control the relationship between peers and the atmosphere of the class, because I don't want to have wangda in my class.
Excellent.
Yes. And the other difference is that the time.
Yes.
The teenagers stay near your day at the school.
Yeah.
So the school and the teachers became more important. So, as I said before, I want to be a good role model, and I want to influence on their lives. And the other difference is when I teach preschoolers, I gave them a big hug, and I said I love you, and sometimes I kiss on their cheeks.
Very affectionate.
Yes, but when I teach teenagers, if I do the same, they will report me.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah. When you are hired in our school and you are a teacher in a classroom, and you teach very enthusiastic, much enthusiasm, but several students are asleep in your classroom. They are not thirsty. That they are not dozing, just sleep. In that kind of situation, how can you handle that students?
No sleeping is allowed in my class because for the students themselves. So I will let them wake up by using stretching arms, or I can let them sing a song. Or I can make a quiz. Or I can tell them an interesting story.
Very good.
And after that, I have to study about the different ways about my teaching method. I have to develop the more effective teaching strategy.
Yes. And one more last question. And there are 30 students in our school on the classroom, and there is a 3 levels of students. 10 is very above the average, and 10 is average, and 10 is below the average. What level will you focus on your teaching?
That's a hard question. Yes. I think in that part, individualized instruction is needed.
Yeah.
but still it's not easy. But as a teacher, I want to use internet to provide more materials to them.
Okay. Thank you. My question was over, and feel free to ask some questions about our school.
Do you provide any medical benefits to the teachers?
Of course, yeah. Because our school is private school, and mostly schools that are supported by government, they provide very good medical service, like as government officers. So we wanna compensate our teachers by the better welfare. So there is once a year there is a physical checkup. It is free for the teachers. And there are several hospitals that are associated with our school, and they provide you some special payments. You don't have to pay all the prices when you go these hospitals. If you're hired, I will give you some message at the hospital later. Yeah.
All right. Is there any unique festival that your school has for year or?
Every year there is a school festival at September, and every year in May there is a kind of a physical. What can I say?
Field instructor.
Oh yeah, kind of that. If you want to take part in very seriously, you can be a homeroom teacher, like a kind of homeroom teacher to a club. You can take a club and you will guide the students in that club, and you will participate in the school festival or enthusiasm.
Thank you for the answer.